Destiny is calling even now.
This is a reality check. This is the time to find out what you can do, how you can get above it.
You know, when you do the thing that you're born to do, there's nothing else you could have done. There's nothing else I could have possibly done. I was born to do this. God gave me this gift. I discovered it and I used it.
You're surrounded by the change that you created. How can you not believe something that you're just starting to live it has it? Become your identity because it is you. It's around you. You breathe it. So look around and realize the malleability of your situation. And if what you find is not you, good, here is your opportunity to tear down the old and construct the new. You can do that because you have control.
Many of you listening to me have been beautifully equipped to live in a world that no longer exists. But I want to give you a new word for change, and that word is evolution. And you are either going to evolve or expire. See, everything changes. The economy changes. Relationship changes. We change mentally and emotionally and physically. And you are either dying or you are either living. Every time you made a change, you got hurt. And so this is why when you hear the word change, there's a mental block. You cannot change because you have equated change with pain. Every time you have changed, you feel pain.
I don't care what you believe in. It doesn't matter. You're not judging anybody. Let's say my thing is God. You get to heaven, I'm 300 pounds, and sit down. I was a top rope Terminator my whole life, and we're sitting down just like this. You're God, and I'm dead. And he gives me that chart, and he says, look at this. Now look at this chart, and on the chart it has all these different things, but my name's on it. But these things aren't me. I was going to change the world. I was going to set records. I was going to be a Navy SEAL. I could be all these things in the military that I accomplished. You would get the DFW award. You could be honored here, honored there. I'm like, God, this isn't me. Like it says David Goggins, I was an Ecolab guy. I sprayed for cockroaches, and I'm 300 pounds. It says here I'm 185. It says here I got a bachelor's and a master's. It says all these things. And God goes, no, that's who you were supposed to be.
You stepped out of one relationship to another, and you feel pain. You leave one neighborhood to another, and you feel pain. You go from one job to another, and you feel the fire of transition. So every time you hear the word change, you see pain. Every time they say it's time to make a difference, every time they say you need to go from this place to that place, all you can see is blood in your eyes. All you can feel is the blood and trauma in your mouth, hypnotized by the pain of change. Evolve your belief system. Change is not pain. See change as growth. See change as transformation. See change as evolution. See change as necessary. See change as critical. See change as inevitable.
The moment you can figure out what it is you're supposed to be doing, the sooner you are able to get about the business of doing that.
The way through the challenge is to get still and ask yourself, what is the next right move? Not think about, I got all of this to do. What is the next right move? And then from that space, make the next right move and the next right move. And not to be overwhelmed by it because you know your life is bigger than that one moment. You know you're not defined by what somebody says is a failure for you. Because failure is just there to point you at a different.
I've learned to appreciate living in the moment, and I ask that you do too. I'm asking this graduating class, those of you here, I've asked all of my viewers in America and across the world to do this one thing. Keep a grateful journal. Every night, list 5 things that happened this day.
It's within your grasp. So start the new movie, the new story, and make yourself a hero. And set out to find yourself. Again, where's your finish line? What's your maximum? Ever think about that question? What is your indication that you've hit your peak? It's an interesting question because when you look closely, you'll find that there truly is no answer. Right people point to fatigue feeling. Tired, maybe they're happy with the result.
How you can go beyond it. How you can look up to the sky instead of looking down at the dirt. This is that opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. Don't be afraid now. Be strong. Don't be weak. Be powerful. Don't worry about the things you cannot control. Make the most of what you have. And from the bottom of my heart, conduct your business. You think you bad? How bad do you really think you are? Are you really bad enough to know what it is that you want?
You've got to discover your God-given gift. Your gift is the thing you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. As soon as you discover that, your life changes. You have two important days in your life. The day you're born and the day you discover why. The why is directly tied to your gift. It is the thing God gave to your birth. All of you are gifted. Everybody in here. Everybody in this room is gifted. You just got to quit looking at it as running, jumping, singing, and dancing. There are other gifts. Once you identify that gift,
It still leaves the question unanswered. What is your limit? There's no automatic mechanism that shuts us down when we've given. Everything we have when we've done all we can do. It's not like a glass of water that reaches the top and overflows. For human potential, think bigger, think of an ocean. How many buckets of water could you pour into an ocean before it couldn't physically hold any more liquid? What is the number? No one knows exactly. You can stop at 1,000 buckets, at 1,000,000, at 1,000,000,000,000, but at some point, you'll have poured the last bucket and stopped. And the question remains, at that moment, could you have added one more? That is human potential.
Are you bad enough to go through the challenges in life? Or are you just someone that likes to fake the funk, pretending to be something that you're not? How bad do you really want it? Do you understand what that means? Do you understand how aggressive you gotta be? Do you understand even when you're aggressive, you still gotta have patience? Do you really understand the work that has to be applied to it? Because you can want all day long, but if you don't apply action to it, then how can you achieve? How can you achieve the greatness that's within you? How bad do you really want it? Do you want what's coming? Or do you even understand what's coming? Can you even comprehend it? A lot of people ain't ready for it. Maybe you're not ready for it.
the Bible says your gift will make room for you and put you in the presence of great men. That's what your gift is. You got to discover that. Just sit down with yourself and think, what is it you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort? What is that? That's what if teaching is your thing, teaching is it. If connecting the dots, networking is it, networking it is. Is some people are careful people better. Some people babysit. You know, come on, man, do what you're doing. Because babysitters turn into daycare centers. Daycare centers turn into businesses. Those businesses turn into millions of dollars. Look, I'm going to tell you something, Bill. You can be rich if you make it. You just got to stop. If you could think of how to make $1 million, wouldn't you have?
It's mind-blowing. Every time you thought you'd given, you were lying to yourself. And not in the sense that you weren't trying hard or what you did wasn't important, but in the sense that you artificially created your own finish line you determined your stopping point. Not the loss of nature, not some unearthly being who dictated your limit. I had an old coach who used a reference, Roger Bannister. He was the first person to break the 4-minute mile, a feat that at the time was simpler, unheard.
Please do watch our other motivation videos on the screen now. Thank you.